Welcome to Hello Liz, real speech pathology made simple for everyday families.
When we question after question after question, they tend to just kind of go, ooh.
Every parent wonders at some point, is my child developing normally? Today, Liz explains when to trust your instincts, what milestones really mean, and when it's worth seeking support.
Here we are again with another episode of Hello Liz. How are you doing today?
Excellent. Thanks, Sarah.
Let's talk about play, because I imagine it's probably not as easy as it sounds to integrate expert speech pathology into everyday play with our kids.
So it's actually not as easy as it sounds, because as an adult and a parent, I find that we ask so many questions. So, we'd be sitting down with them and they've got Duplo blocks. Oh, what colour's this? Where's the red one? Put the green one on top.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, we're asking questions. But imagine if you were at work and your boss is over your shoulder saying, Sarah, what are you doing that for? Why are you sending that email to that person? What are you going to do next? What's you thinking here? You're just going to be like,
oh, that's so true.
Gosh, when we question after question after question, they tend to just kind of go, ooh,
right,
and not engage.
I feel like I've just had a light bulb moment for that. Thank you.
So instead of the questions, we use comments. So we're literally just commenting about what they're doing. So, oh, I'm pushing a car. You're pushing a car.
Okay.
Blue and car, red car, yellow car. Just
simple
commenting.
Language, or should we kind of be looking up targeted words for different age groups? So, say, in and on for a 2-year-old, should I have an agenda for certain words, or should I just go with what he's doing?
You can have an agenda for certain words if we think that there's some developmental delay happening.
Okay.
But I would say when parents are just sitting on the ground playing, it's just whatever words come that are relevant to what your child is playing with at the time.
Sure, okay.
And making sure that it's just comments. Okay, so if we've got a 1 to 2-year-old, you're commenting in 2 and 3 word little utterances.
Okay.
So you're not saying, oh, we're pushing the train in the station and we're going over here. And I mean, you can say that. But if you're wanting to model the language, you're keeping it at their level. So for a 2-year-old, they should be starting to join 2 words together. They're often saying things like mummy up, mummy more, things like that. They can often say more words than that, or sometimes, again, that scale, they can say a little bit less.
Yep.
So you're just modelling where they're at for their language development years, the little phrase that might make sense to them.
Yeah, sure.
And what we're doing is allowing them the opportunity to learn the language and then use the language when they're ready to, not when we want them to, when they're ready to.
Right. So should I not be saying things like, Ellis, can you say dog? So for example, when we go to the zoo, I say, look, there's a zebra. Can you say zebra?
Yeah.
Should I not really be doing that?
You can still do that, but it's instead of that, just say, wow, a zebra.
Okay.
A big zebra.
Sure. Okay.
And you'll actually find he will probably copy you.
Right. Okay.
He'll probably listen to what you're saying and he'll say it as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So trying to stop the question. So I give, often after my first session with a family, I give them a little challenge, and listeners might want to have a go at this challenge at home.
That's a great idea.
So you get your phone out and you record 1 minute of play with your child on the floor. And then I want you to go back and listen to that 1 minute and count how many questions you've actually asked in that interaction. Yeah. It's really quite interesting. And I still do this. This is my job, but I still catch myself, oh no, that was a question. Whoops, that was a question. It happens as an adult. That's what we do. So it's a real art to try and train yourself to not ask questions. So I find if parents sit down and record themselves and then they go back and watch it, they've got a bit of an idea.
More obvious how often you're doing it.
Yep. And then practice just adding the commenting, for the language.
So we touched a little bit on if you've kind of got play with words for 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. What about 3 to 4-year-olds and the 4 to 5-year-old? How many words or what kind of sentences should we be able to incorporate at those 2 different age groups?
So after we get past about 2.5, I'm wanting families to just talk in full sentences. So I think back in the olden days we used to just say the main parts of the sentence, but actually you say all of the parts of your sentence. So including all of the joiner words like the is, but, on, between, you include all of that because we're wanting to model the correct sentence syntax, the correct language structure. And so for 3.5 kind of up, we're talking in full sentences. So you can model that whole sentence. But what I still want parents to think about is, well, what would my child like to say in this interaction? And you model that sentence. So it's trying to get out of thinking from our
What might be
head.
an example of that?
So like if they're pushing a train along, they're going, oh, the train's coming into the station, and stop.
Sure, okay.
And give them an opportunity to have a go.
Oh, sure, okay,
Yeah.
great.
So adding a full sentence, but thinking again from their perspective. So rather than thinking from our adult perspective, if we kind of think from their perspective, what they're looking at, what they're doing, what would they love to be able to say at this moment? Like, broom, broom, here comes the car, or choo, choo, here comes the train. And that's what you're modelling.
Sure, okay.
So a little phrase that they could use when they're ready.
When they're ready to.
And what I mean by that is, let's just say if I was teaching you German, okay, you don't speak German,
No.
I don't speak German. Let's just say I was very fluent in German. And we're playing here, right? And I'm modelling to you in German some words that you could use. You're going to have to hear those words from me multiple times and understand that the word for train in German is, like, forgive me, I don't know what it is, is whatever it is.
Yep.
Before you're actually going to use it.
To use it.
Yeah. So I think the other thing here is that parents need to be a bit resilient in not expecting sometimes that the kids are going to say exactly, rabbit back to them straight away.
Sure.
It might take a little while.
So repetition is important.
Yep, and persistence. Continuing to model, choosing those little phrases that they might be able to use in their play that they might like to use.
Yep.
And modelling that for them. So speaking from their perspective, that's such a big thing. So we've got the face-to-face, eye level, joint attention. We're following their lead.
Yep.
We're labelling, adding those little sentences from their perspective. Really, really powerful stuff in that age space. And if we're doing that, consistently in moments that we choose across the day. So even like when the kids are in the bath, it's like you've got a captive audience when they're in the bath.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
they're not moving anywhere and you're sitting right next to them. Fabulous time to sit there and add language. Yeah. Not necessarily in the car because you're driving.
Okay.
And their eyesight, you don't know what it is they're looking at. They might be looking at the dog out the window and you're saying, oh, fire truck. So not necessarily the car as a place, but lounge room floor, playroom, bath time, absolutely fabulous times to use these strategies.
Thank you, Liz, for those practical tips, as always.
Thanks, Sarah.
Next episode, Liz will tell you exactly what to say instead of the questions and why this changes everything.